I think I saw a clip of it, and I was like, oh no.
Oh, it's good. Everyone watched The Substance. This is an official endorsement.
Did you ever watch The Perfection?
No, I don't think so.
That is another movie that was like, it's 4 genres in one movie. Where you're like, I know what's going to happen. Nope. We're doing a different thing. Oh, okay. So now I know what's going to happen. Nope. Okay. So we're doing this third thing now. All right. This is it. Nope. It's very good. And there's some great revenge in it, which is also a thing I enjoy.
We love a good revenge.
Truly.
We do. We do love a good revenge.
You're muted.
He's not.
Not Will.
I'm not.
Rose.
I'm not muted.
Oh, yeah. Rose is muted.
Rose is muted.
Sorry, not William. Apologies.
Yeah, no.
I don't hear you.
No,
I could see her talking. I went, that's weird. That's so strange.
I blame Elsie.
You know, that's fair.
Well, here we are.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Good. Yes.
Amazing. Everyone
Oh, yeah. Hi. All right. Well, I guess we're doing this now. We're live. Hello. It's us. Where's the... Is that doing it? That's doing it. There's music. Yes. All right. It just took a second to light up. Hi. Hello. It's us. We're here. Everything's fine. How are you? Sorry, I'm just closing some stuff because we seem to be doing a little bit of a lag. But here we are. Hello. Welcome. If you haven't caught us before, we're live from the apocalypse. We are a not-for-profit TTRPG studio that makes actual play content like streams and podcasts in order to raise money for nonprofits and aid organizations and other important causes like that. We're currently raising money for medical aid for Palestinians to help with medical aid, all kinds of aid in the ongoing occupation and genocide. Which is always a fun sentence to say, but we are going to keep it light, I promise. We are, we basically just asked if you like what you see here, you donate instead of giving us money in the form of subs or bits or whatever. Give money directly to them instead of to us. And to that end, we have hidden the subscribe button. We've replaced it with the donate button to make it easier. Seek the subscribe button at your own peril, I suppose, but maybe just give money to medical aid for Palestinians instead. Be aware, if you were around, you may have seen the alert that played. If you do choose to subscribe, we can't stop you. Beloved Dementia 20 Dungeon Master Brennan Lee Mulligan will kill a dog. You'll murder one dog for every month that you're subscribed to this channel. So there's 35 months there in the intro. Whoever did that, whoever that was, they're going to pay for their sins in the next life. I'll tell you that much. Casually dropping that in there. But all that being said, yeah, donate to medical aid for Palestinians instead of doing any of that silliness. This is Nephilim Tenebris, but you're not here for that. You're here because it's Q's birthday. Everyone say happy birthday, Q. We get happy birthday Q's in the chat.
Happy birthday, Q.
Happy birthday, Q.
Or is it Quinston's birthday?
It's Quinston's birthday.
Who's to say, really? Who's to say?
All of the above.
All of the above. Sorry, this is Nephilim Tenebris. This is a near future gritty sci-fi game that we've been playing for a while. It's a sequel game to the first game that I ever ran on this channel. And absolutely not. No, it's not dorky if you say it again. Everybody should say it over and over again for the entire stream, I would say. If I'm being honest.
I don't think that's necessary, actually.
Well,
I think, no.
Who's to say? Who's to say?
Me.
One happy birthday for every year that Q's been here.
On every successful roll, we wish.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And if you don't know how old Q is, just guess. That won't hurt anyone's feelings.
I feel like feel like you're talking for me right now. I don't know that I love that is the thing.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, on that note, I'll shut up and we can get into our introductions. Alex, if you wouldn't mind kicking us off.
I wouldn't. Hi, I'm Alex. I use he, him pronouns, and tonight I'm going to be playing Dr. Richard Courtney, who also uses he, him pronouns. He's the Tenebris' Sawbones, our medical doctor. He's not happy to be back on Tranquility. And if Dr. Richard Courtney were a French fry or fried potato adjacent product, he would be a tater tot.
Sure would be. He sure would be. Eli?
Hi, my name is Eli. I play your favorite drunk in the trunk, Padlock. We both go by any and all pronouns. And if I were a potato or fry or potato adjacent product, I got that confused. I would be a sweet potato fry, whether it be fry form or tot form or any form you would like.
Absolutely. Q.
Hi, I'm Q. He, him pronoun. Tonight I'm playing Captain Cassidy Star Runner. Also he, him. Who's the jockey playbook I remembered this week. I forget every other time. It's fine. And if he were a fried potato type object, he'd definitely be a curly fry. Specifically from Arby's. Arby's curly fry.
Well seasoned, as we established.
Got the sazon.
Also, it's okay. Last session, Rose made up a playbook that doesn't
I did.
exist.
I was going to say, like, it
Fair.
happens to the best of us.
Sure does.
True.
Rose?
Howdy, y'all. I'm Rose. I use they, she pronouns. I will be playing JoJo Broxton, the Greaser playbook. And she gets burned into my memory now. Our favorite Greaser uses she, they pronouns. And if Joe was a potato product, she would be a Checkers fry because she is the greasiest greaser and costs about $1.
Yeah. Hello. Hi, my name is Will. I'm your storyteller for this game. I'll be playing everybody else. And if I were a fried potato product, I'd be a waffle fry because I'm homophobic.
And we're
And now
always
we
saying
can-
that. We're
I'm
all saying that.
I'm sorry.
And now it's time to start our game.
Malchus? That's wild, fam. That's wild.
Nobody clip that. Don't do it. Get your
Clip
hands,
it now.
get your
Clip it
hands
now.
away from that
Make sure
button.
there's no context.
Oh, God.
Nobody do it.
I will pay you $20 to do it. We'll donate right now.
Oh, that's not gonna haunt me. PAX weekend. Cool. Well, I guess with all of that being said, that's our cast of characters. We can go ahead and get on into our game, where our intrepid crew had hitched a ride with their sometimes ally, sometimes enemy.
You are a sick son of a.
Gonna kill that dog.
Oh my God,
Wow.
you're a sick. He's the
Wow.
bad guy.
Wow, for shame. For shame.
Now, old yeller.
Oh no.
Sorry.
No,
Sometimes I
it's
say
fine.
a joke that I don't realize I'm not on mute for.
We're edgy tonight. We're pushing the envelope.
Man, it's
Got a
spicy
homophobic
over here.
joke
Let's
and
go.
2 dead dogs in. Let's go. We haven't even started playing.
Oh,
Oh
God.
gosh. Yeah. They hitched a ride with their sometimes ally, sometimes enemy, sometimes romantic interest, Becker Rhine, who is a mercenary, a bounty hunter by trade specifically. They landed on Tranquility, which used to be known as the Moon. But since it has been covered in domed cities, it is touted as the utopia, basically, of our solar system. and it is a haven, a paradise, really, for the elite of our solar system. It's very hard to get into. One of the main ways that you can get in is through admission at the Yelchin Foundation, a school that trains the most gifted young minds gathered from around the system. A program with which our 4 crew members are painfully familiar.
Yeah.
You stepped off of your ship. You managed to sneak a few items that you shouldn't have with you into your belongings. And then you met up with your contact, Alexei, and stepped out onto the streets of Nubium, the city that is what is normally permissible for visitors on Tranquility, people without citizenship. What do you want to do?
I would love to go somewhere that we can make plans.
Do we know of
Absolutely.
any place on Tranquility that is, if there's nowhere that's not bugged, any place that we could get any relative?
Yeah, just
Safety.
fucking grip it and rip it, baby.
Hell
Slop
yeah.
that down, dude. Shit, yeah, dude. Crack one for the big boy.
Thank you, Will's mom.
It's
Thanks,
Will's
Will's
Thank you,
mom.
Will's mom.
Thanks, my mom. Thanks, my mom. Apparently, it's letting you donate now. The charity hasn't changed. For a while, she wasn't allowed to donate for some reason. They didn't like Canada. But I guess it's working now, and that's exciting. Thank you for donating.
So good to see you in the chat.
Love you, Will's mom.
Yeah. So as you are talking about these plans, as you are figuring out what your next move is going to be, Alexei says, I assumed we would be going to my home.
That was the hope. I just wanted to make sure we all knew what the game plan was.
It's never stopped you from inviting yourself over before, Cassidy.
We've got a pretty big project. I'm trying to be professional before I am very unprofessional later.
He gives a small smile. Thank you so much for following. He gives a smile and will lead you away from the city center, from the shipyards of Nubium. Becker has left the Seville. That's the name of the ship. Has left the Seville in dock there, mostly because your ship, the Tenebris, a little bit of a reputation these days. And also was once on Tranquility. It's possible some people might remember that.
Because
We'll
that
find
was
out.
5 years ago.
Yeah, that was a very long
much
time
Nobody
ago.
remembers.
Who remembers that stuff?
Yeah.
Very ancient history, basically.
Mhm.
I wouldn't worry
Space time,
about it.
Barely worth mentioning, really.
Barely. I don't know why anyone did. I certainly did. Alexei takes you out past the shipyards, out through Nubium, and towards the opposite end of the city. You have to catch a car to get there. They're little... it's a similar vibe to an Uber, except it doesn't cost you anything, and it is autonomously driven. There is no human operating it. There's just sort of like there's the back seat, and then there's just sort of a partition wall, kind of like in a limousine.
Mm-hmm.
Except some of you might be aware from experience that there's basically nothing on the other side. There's just like circuitry and systems, the engine of the car, et cetera, et cetera. They're all electric, of course. And yeah, that car drives you out towards the edge of the city. And as you approach, Alexei briefs you all. and says, so, per our arrangement, I'm going to sponsor all of you, all 5 of you, to give you permission to move to other parts of Tranquility. Now, they'll need to see your soul reg, but I'm told that you've modified yours.
You're taken care of.
Wonderful. Let's hope they pass inspection. Otherwise, we are all about to be in a lot of trouble. And he doesn't look that upset about the idea.
Trouble's our middle name.
Mm.
Never not in it.
We've gotten through more than enough. I think we'll be all right.
Of course. The rest of you, I mean, I guess I'll put this out there, or ask the group, is anybody curious about Alexi?
Well, I'm a little curious.
I'd say I'm also like pretty healthfully skeptical of everyone who's not a crew member.
I think that's extremely fair. I would say that anyone who wants to could get a read. I'm going to say that's with gut.
With gut? Okay, let me... That's 2d6.
Ooh,
It's a 4.
it's my gut. Oh,
I'm a little distracted.
Mark XP.
I only got a 5.
7
Mark
plus
XP?
1 is 8.
It is. Cassidy, are you rolling? I assume you trust Alexi implicitly, and I don't know why you would be rolling, but...
I'm not currently rolling. I'm not saying that
cool.
I trust Alexi implicitly.
I'm
But
saying that. I feel like that's true.
Okay, well. Then I don't think you know my character, but all right.
I think Cassidy's in a very trusting place right now.
Is that so?
I think,
Interesting. Sure.
I argue that the way that Will has read you to filth means he knows your character very well.
would everybody else like to weigh in? Do we all feel like Cassidy's in a very vulnerable, trusting place?
So first of all,
Is he currently like fondling the black?
That's what I was to
thing?
say. It's a black bandana.
Yeah. Are you carrying it around like a
Black
blankie?
bandana.
Like, where are we on the scale of doing totally fine?
well, seeing as how on my random roll I rolled a 4.
How am I? Was Joe the only one? That actually tracks.
Yeah,
That tracks
it's-
super hard.
I was going to say
I
it's
got
JoJo, not Rose.
No,
I got a
this
minus
was just
one.
this wasn't a read the
Absolutely,
room roll
fuck you.
because I'm not doing that. No, this was just to see how he's doing at this moment. And with a 4, yeah, he's got it. It's just it's on his wrist. It's fine.
Okay.
Fine.
Well, JoJo, with your 1 hold for an 8, you can ask 1 question. What's hidden, obscured, or unclear? How can I exploit a weakness, vulnerability, or opportunity? What's the largest uncounted threat, variable, danger? What's the best way I could blank? I would say if you're trying to get a read on Alexi, what's hidden, obscured, or unclear is a pretty obvious one.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
I think that's where I'm leaning. The other of like what are the mask of equivalent of what are you really planning? Is kind of where I'm leaning.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I will say the answer is pretty much the same for either of those.
Cool.
And I will say that Alexi seems not bothered at the prospect of you all getting into a lot of trouble. Not in a way where he's confident that it's not going to happen, but more in a way where he seems like almost excited at the prospect. And I think you put together, JoJo, that Alexi is maybe just like a little bit of an adrenaline junkie, maybe a thrill seeker, just somebody who like kind of gets off on danger.
Got it. Interesting. And this might be something I have to ask him, but do I get a sense of this is a thrill seeker who has had a lot of experience with thrills, or is this somebody who has an idealized picture of
Gotcha.
what danger is?
I don't think you know the exact answer to that, at least definitely not without getting more information from someone, whether it be Cassidy or Alexei himself or something like that. But I think it's safe to assume that if Cassidy and Alexei know each other as well as it seems like they do, Alexei's probably acquainted with some level of real practical danger. Probably been in some situations.
Cool. Yeah, I think then that Joe kind of adjusts in her seat, which is never really abnormal. She's always kind of adjusting, trying to get more comfortable and never being comfortable. Just looks to Cass, looks to Alexei, and then back to Cass. I don't even probably just kind of ignores Alexei and more talking to Cass and being like, Cap, I know this is supposed to be I know this is everything we do is a dangerous mission, but I thought this is going to be a little bit more, at least for the front part, low to the ground. We're not you expecting any immediate danger up front? That she says to both of them.
No. But we kind of need we need to get a more clear eye on the situation.
Right.
The only risk that I could anticipate would be someone recognizing one of you, but taking measures to disguise you would almost certainly draw more attention in my experience. There's nothing more suspicious than someone who's trying to look like someone else.
Pat looks at the clothes that they're wearing.
Yeah,
and they're
all
wearing
of us
Dicky's
are in
clothes.
alternate clothes, being like, well, I appreciate the heads up, but some of us stick out easier than others. Clang, clang.
I certainly understand.
Oh, that's what the pants
Yeah,
are
just
for.
to fucking grip it and rip it,
Shoes
baby.
too, I guess.
Slop
I
that
can't
down,
remember the
dude.
last time I wore a pair of
Yeah,
shoes.
dude, crack one for the big boy.
Thank you for your donation. We really appreciate it. Thanks for donating to Medical Aid for Palestinians.
Hell yeah.
For no particular reason.
For no particular reason.
For no particular reason. That's for Cassidy, not Quinston.
Yes.
Right. For Cassidy very specifically.
Yeah. So Alexei says, I'm not worried about it.
You don't seem like a person who's worried about much there, Alexei.
Well, this is tranquility after all.
Nothing bad has ever happened on Tranquility, right?
In my experience, tranquility is what you make of it.
Sounds like a privileged experience there.
The best way to avoid problems is to not get caught.
Which is what our goal is. We will hopefully not be caught. However, we are going up against other very talented minds. And we're going to be on their home turf. So, I want to get as good an eye on the situation as possible, and then we make plans.
Absolutely.
I trust you implicitly, Captain.
Thank you, Jojo.
Alexei pouts a little bit at that, but then turns as the car starts to slow down. Not that he can see out of the windows or anything like that, but says, "We're approaching the checkpoint. Everyone just relax and let me handle it." The car pulls up and it rolls down, and there do appear to be a couple of people standing outside of the car as it comes to a stop. They are wearing the gray, like coverall uniforms of peacekeepers here on Tranquility. Something that you have not seen in a very long time. Might be a little bit triggering. Maybe for Cassidy specifically. It's hard to say. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. Alexei holds out a hand as he is speaking for all of you to pass him your Soul Reg cards. And as he reaches out his hand, he speaks, says, "Good evening." And for the rest of you, maybe assume that it's evening. It's not really like day or night out here, but the peacekeepers don't really give him a second thought. You can maybe read a little bit of exasperation on their expressions. Like, there's a type of person on Tranquility that Alexei is. Not everyone on Tranquility is that type of person, but Alexei is very much that type of person. And they kind of duck their head down. One of them ducks their head down. You see that he has kind of a very practical military cut, older, wrinkles on his face, but very sharp eyes. His eyes scan the inside of the car where you were sitting and looks back at the Soul Reg cards that he's holding in his hands. I'm seeing did you all adjust your citizenship?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. All right. Cool. Visitors, he says. There's no punctuation on that. And Alexei says, "Yes. Yes, indeed. I am bringing them to my family's estate. They're my friends, just for a bit of a fun visit." And he says, "And where might that estate be?" And without missing a beat, Alexei replies, "Nectaris." And you see his mannerisms shift just a little bit, just the slightest, barely perceptible bit. I don't imagine any of you during your time here, except for maybe Cassidy, and probably only in the context of Alexei, would have ever been to Nectaris. Nectaris is a city, one of the smaller ones, for sure, which is kind of just like a pleasure dome. It's kind of like the Palm Springs of Tranquility.
It's a lot of loofahs hanging on a lot of doors.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And I think all of you would probably be aware that basically what Alexei is telling them is, I brought them here to fuck.
Oh, Dickie's really going to nuzzle up into Bex then.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just going to lean over.
She will put an arm protectively around you also.
Thank you.
And Alexei kind of does the same thing. But the peacekeeper, the older peacekeeper, clearly kind of accepts that, takes the meaning for what it is. But the younger one who is there is going to like follow protocol and basically say, and is going to like take her turn leaning in and say, And what's the purpose of their visit? And Alexei kind of like leans on the window of the car and gives them a lazy smile with sort of these half-lidded eyes and says, "Oh, they're here to rob someone. They're here to steal something."
Padlock's wrist would have broken if they weren't as special as they are from how tight Joe is gripping their arm.
And the peacekeeper looks like a little, like her eyes narrow. Her eyes dart around the car and look at each of you. And after a little, that goes on for a little while. Alexei finally, clearly losing patience, not having fun with this anymore, says, "Why do you think they're here, officer?" She clearly doesn't like his tone, but the older peacekeeper is going to step in at that point and is just going to pass you the Soul Reg cards back and is going to say, "You have a nice visit." And then in a more official tone is going to look at Alexei and say, "Citizen, do you accept the full weight and responsibility of these off-worlders' actions and off-worlders' actions during their stay here on Tranquility?" Alexei gives a big smile and says, "Oh, I most certainly do." And then you are waved through, and you are on the road moving through. You see the car transitions out from Nubium, out from the dome, which was projecting, if you recall, projecting kind of like a sunny day, blue skies, clouds, all of that. You move out onto one of the covered highways that connect all of the dome cities here on Tranquility, and you can now see like the empty of space. You can see the surface of the moon itself as you are moving in the glass of this highway. It's not glass, but it looks like glass. And the car starts driving you out to Nectaris, presumably. Yes. What's your question?
So is Alexei driving, or is it driving itself?
It's driving itself. All the vehicles here are
cool.
autonomous.
Then what I'm going to do is fine, and we're not going to be worried too much about it. So just very lightly going to weave my hands into his hair, and then I'm going to grab it real rough.
If go ahead, actually.
Haven't even got there yet.
Yeah.
I was going to punch him, so this is great.
Advice or guidance on how to interact.
Excuse me. We're not even on step 1, and you're already playing with fire.
Alexei's going to give you a look, Cassidy.
Mm-hmm.
Cassidy, please, not in front of your friends.
You like that, so I don't want to hear it. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm so close to just punching this dude. I
will remind you that Beck said that she would shoot anyone for me. So
that's
true.
Fair.
If
Joe leans back and is going to like smack, but then I think it's pulled.
Yeah, Pat's gonna grab it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be fucking killed for what that you said. Jesus. It just kind of slouches.
Gustava.
It was harmless. What kind of a thief announces their intention to steal? It's less suspicious than saying that you were here for visiting
Robin
Grandma.
Hood, Billy the Kid, fucking Coyote Ugly. I like all of just starts listing like different people.
The movie about the bar?
No.
I'm assuming at this point that there is somebody who's used a name Coyote Ugly, which is what I was trying to do. I was doing the Star Trek thing of 2 real things and a made-up thing.
2 truths and a lie.
Exactly. I don't know how you don't know the Taka legends of Coyote and his ugly crew. Anyway.
Sweetheart, I was Coyote Ugly.
I'm gonna kill him.
We're not killing anyone, not yet anyway. Listen. We can't start off on the razor's edge. We got to get there. I know you're having fun, but this is going to be dangerous. We don't need to add to that.
Fine. I'll be a bit more business and a little less pleasure.
At least save the pleasure on Nectaris.
I feel like that was... Never mind. I'm not going to worry about it. We're heading to Nectaris.
You are, yeah. The cars move very quickly, especially once they're out on the highways. The autonomous systems keep them very much in line with each other. Is there anything anyone would like to do or say during this ride?
Have we established what our cover names are?
That's a great question. I don't think we have.
Oh
See,
no.
have I used...
I'm going with Dickie Spacehard.
Absolutely not.
No.
No. No.
Okay.
Dickie Space Jam.
Absolutely.
I think so. So Becker is here under her real identity because her ship is docked. She was the one who brought you here.
Right.
I just like the idea that maybe Dickie's cover has her last name.
Oh.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, all right.
Wow. Presumptuous.
Mr. and Mrs. Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. and Mr. Ryan.
There
Sorry.
we go.
Mm-hmm. Sounds right.
I mean, honestly, I'm into it, so that's fine.
Mhm.
Let's see. First name's Donovan. I'll figure out a last name in a second.
That's fine. Yeah.
The worst part is I keep trying to think of names that don't start with Joe, and now I can only think of names that start with Joe.
I mean, it could start with Joe.
Feels if I wasn't gonna let Dickie be Dickie, I feel like calling myself Jolene, not exactly.
I kind of love that though. Not gonna lie.
It would explain the southern accent. Damn it.
The only thing I can think is the name Pad Trick.
Trick.
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
No, this is Pad Trick.
No, this
No,
is
that's
bad.
Patrick.
The parents fucked up the name on the form, and now we just stuck with it.
Yeah, my dad thought he was being clever.
Right. Maybe it's spelled Patrick, but anytime someone says it, it's Pad Trick, and they're like, "Sorry, what did you say? How do you spell that?"
I add the D, but I will say the D
Yeah.
is silent.
Right.
The D is silent, yeah.
D is silent.
Fuck.
I love it. I love it a lot. If you want to keep thinking, Rose, that's totally fine. Unless you want to go with Jolene, which
Let's go. Fuck it. Jolene Blue.
Jolene Blue. Love that. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. So you've got all of these things figured out. You've got your identities in place. Alexi is kind of, he pulls out his handheld and is sort of buried in it for the remainder of the journey. And you eventually approach. There's a little beep, I think a series of beeps that alert you to the fact that you are approaching your destination. And as you kind of turn on the covered highway, you see another dome. This one's smaller than Nectaris, much smaller than Nectaris, opening up in front of you. And as you pass through and inside, the car only slows very briefly as you enter. And almost as soon as you are inside, you feel the heat seeping into the car. You feel the temperature rise by degrees, and you look out and you see, similar to Nubium, that the projected ceiling of the dome is showing similarly blue skies, but there's not a single cloud. The sun is much brighter. It's beating down on you. And you can see a distinctive, almost like beachy slant to the architecture, where the uniformity of Tranquility is reflected in the architecture of Nubium, in so much that everything is just very boxy and very sort of like slate gray, etc., etc. And you talking to each other with the same account?
Yeah. But now it just looks like Iz is talking to themselves.
This is so confusing for me.
Incredible.
Sorry, Boulevard of Droken Dreams broke me temporarily.
I was actually quite proud of Boulevard of Droken Dreams.
Yeah, that's awful. Yeah, you see kind of a beachier slant to the architecture and things like that in here. You are passing by houses, but again, they're on the rest of Tranquility, buildings are built very close together to be very utilitarian, to maximize the amount of space. And here they are much larger, and they are much more spread out. They have like grounds and things like that. The car is going to drive you to one such domicile. A very large. The construction is still fairly boring, but the house is much bigger than one any of you have probably stepped foot in any of your time on Tranquility. The Academy notwithstanding, obviously, that is a facility, but in terms of people's personal houses, this one's very big. The car comes to a stop. You exit, then it rolls off. And Alexei gestures expansively. Says, "Welcome to my humble home." Or more specifically, my family's humble home, but they aren't going to be here. So, cheers.
Well, we appreciate them for that. Now, let's have a chat, and then you all can go about your merry ways. But inside
Wonderful.
first.
Yes.
Inside. Yeah.
The door opens for you automatically as you approach the house. There's a little chime, and then a robotic-sounding woman's voice says, "Welcome, Alexei and visitors." And Alexei waves a hand and says, "Thank you, Ada. Thank you." Oh, sorry. I forgot my manners. Did you want anything Ada can prepare? I mean, there's any type of alcoholic beverage, any narcotics you might want,
Coffee.
food if you're hungry,
Cigarettes.
coffee, cigarettes,
Coffees.
wonderful,
All of
coffee, cigarettes. Anything else,
I'll-
Ada?
I'll
I
get
love
with
this
Ada in a
place.
minute. Careful. Talk first, then whatever it is you're going to do.
Talk
and
before-
coffee.
Talk before
Sure.
drinks,
Yeah,
Cassidy.
and-
Can you even hear yourself?
We had drinks at the restaurant.
What has happened to you out there? What have they done to
What?
you?
A lot. I'm trying to get things done. Do not start with the dramatics. I swear to God, Alexei. Don't start.
Ada, I'll take a martini dry, cigarettes and coffee were the other that
Yes.
I heard.
I take back everything I said. This is great.
Wonderful. And as you walk past, a panel slides open in different parts of the wall. So, like the wall that Alexei walks closest to, there's a little panel that opens and a little shelf slides out that has a martini on it. He picks it up without a second thought, without even looking at it. Similarly, Jojo and Dickie, as you walk closest to the walls, a cup of coffee will slide out, and then a pack of cigarettes will also slide out.
Joe's just like, a pack of cigarettes. A pack of cigarettes. A pack of cigarettes. A pack of cigarettes. Just rolls back. It's got like a carton and just in various spots.
Mm-hmm.
Dickie has been craving Tranquility coffee for years now because of that Tranquility water. So he just gets the cup and just sits there with it like he's discovered his favorite thing in the world again. And the whole world just kind of goes away for a second when he has his first sip of that. Oh, it's been so long.
And I think Becker raises her eyebrow at all of this and like experimentally is like, Lefroy 10-year neat. And rocks glass without any ice slides out with scotch in it. She's gonna take it. Thank you. This planet is insane.
Right?
It is. It is.
I missed it so much.
Padlock got a Scooby-Doo sandwich.
I love this image of Joe on one side, chain smoking cigarettes, Padlock with a foot sandwich, a foot high sandwich, and then it's Dickie in the middle, sobbing into a cup of plain black coffee.
All while Cassidy is trying to get us to just do our fucking jobs.
Okay, guys, we need to plan.
Rough
The
week,
real
yeah.
question I want to know is, what does Padlock try to order? Because I think Ada would be like, I'm not familiar with a Scooby-Doo sandwich.
Well, it's quite easy. It's like bread, then like meat, cheese, tomato, lettuce, meat, cheese, and then another bread on top. And if you got an olive with a toothpick, that's what really makes it.
That is the ideal proportions of a sandwich.
Yeah, it rolls on out, but I think that it almost has these like two plastic, or what look like plastic, basically like bookends to keep it from falling over as it slides out of the wall.
Yeah, trying to compress it with both hands.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. Yes.
Okay. All right. Is everyone happy? Are we good?
Okay.
Oh, just a giant, like vape cloud smoke comes out. That is just okay. I'm good.
Like you've never had a cigarette in your life. What the fuck?
Oh no, these are the ones with real filters, though. It's just straight nicotine from here to the top.
Dickie, do you need a moment to compose yourself?
Yes, please.
I'm telling you, this is so much better than the fake cotton ball I've been stuffing into my shit.
It's so neutral.
That's just sad, Joe said, with 5 cigarettes in your mouth.
Put them away. You don't need all 5 at the same time. You don't need all 5 at the same time.
I really love that I put you into a post-scarcity society and you all turned into Looney Tunes.
Just absolute
Immediately.
Muppets.
We will be skedaddling at some point.
Absolutely.
Muppets. And it's wild.
Muppet behavior.
We were
I
always
like to
Muppets.
think-
You're the only one who's not a
No.
Muppet.
The Tenebris is run. Cassidy is the one person in the Muppet movies who's the actual.
Yeah, everybody else is a Muppet.
Yeah.
That's how it is. That's how it's always been.
Sometimes I'm Michael Caine, sometimes I'm Tim Curry.
Right. And I've always said that.
And I've always said that.
I've always said that. Okay. I think Cassidy's going to sit down. He's going to stick by what he said. He's not having a drink until afterwards. You fucking heathens.
You're responsible.
I think Dickie will eventually compose himself and go sit next to you. With a little bit of a sorry, but not that much of a sorry.
Of course.
Because the coffee is so good.
I'm paying attention, but I'm eating the sandwich.
No,
Okay.
Joe is down to 1 and has stuffed her pockets full of the reserve cigarettes.
Okay. So, before we leave, you should work on getting filters for you, the neutral water for you, Dickie, and then I can't help you with the sandwich, buddy. I'm sorry. Can't do anything about that. Anyway, okay, so the goal is to retrieve Horace's sister program project. Not entirely sure what that's going to look like.
Do we even know if they're gonna look,
Like a
like
person?
a person?
Well, if it's anything like Horus, perhaps it's just the programming disk.
It's easy, but we also need to know what building they're in.
The program disk.
Yes.
Like the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I mean, hey, what's a brain if not a programming disk,
Well, right, but this one is a literal physical disk that
Mhm.
injects,
Boop.
Mhm.
Yeah. So. Okay. Now, does that mean that? So it's possible that she's already in a body, or she's just a program. Alexi, you're the socialite. Oh, so you're the only one that's been here.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Cassidy. I hear that you're speaking to me. I'm just wondering how he's going to eat that sandwich, and I can't think about anything else.
I'm gonna need you to try.
It's not possible.
It is.
Trust me. I'm like staring at the sandwich. Trust me, it is.
You would not believe the things we've seen.
Just
Sorry. One more time. Say your piece again.
as the person who lives here and
Yes.
the one who is a socialite, have you seen any interesting or striking figures with what is your mother's last name, Dickie? Dickie,
Yes.
what's your mom's last name?
My mom's last name.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Dickie's been very focused on this coffee, so he's having just a little bit of a moment trying to remember his mother's name. Tereshkova is my mother's last name.
Gotcha. You seen anybody with and or around Tereshkova, like very closely?
I mean, I don't spend much time, if any, interacting with admins.
I was hoping she'd be out and about.
They're not known for being the life of the party.
No, but People still
Tereshkova, you
talk.
said.
yes.
People most certainly do talk. It's a scary woman.
Dickie nods unconsciously.
People say an awful lot of things about her.
Okay. Have they said anything about her with a hanger on, a little shadow, as it were?
Not that I've heard, but I suppose I could ask.
Right. We need to try and put a face to a name. Well,
Do we
did he
have a
give
name?
us? Did he give us a name?
I think he did, but I think it was. I mean, I think he did. I know that it was a very long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe I've gone through my notes and I haven't written it down. I want to say, a big part of me wants to say that you were given the name Ellie.
You know what? Let's lock it in.
No.
Love and Ellie.
We do. Well, no, Ellie's fine. Ellie's fine.
I'm a little biased.
Yeah, reasonable.
Yeah. I believe he said that his sister's name was Ellie, and inexplicably that she was Greek.
JoJo's very excited about this.
Once again, the character bleed. Rose.
Wild. Parallels. Unmatched. Okay. So, Ellie, I think was her name.
I can ask about an Ellie, certainly, but that's not a...
It's not a particularly specific name, I know.
Well, more specifically, that's the type of woman, Tereshkova, not Ellie, whoever that might be. It's the type of woman who, if she has secrets, she's not speaking to anyone about them. Or if people do start speaking about them,
they don't for very long.
Correct. What I can tell you is that where you'd be best positioned to find this out would be at the rededication.
Yep.
Per our conversation, I have marked myself down with 5 +1s.
Excellent. All right, then we may have to do this on the fly. The rededication will be at the Institute, correct?
It will be.
Okay.
Which raises an entire other set of concerns that I'm sure I don't need to say out loud.
Correct. 5 years has certainly changed us. We shouldn't look too recognizable. So if we play our cards right, we can get in and get out. Truthfully, we don't need everyone right up on top of things. Wait, we don't have to all escape en masse.
Becker will speak up at this point with the scotch in her hand, and she will say, she kind of leans back against the couch that she's seated on, and casually puts an arm around the back of it, around the side where Dickie is seated, and says, before we get too far into this part of the planning process, I do just want to remind everyone gathered here that part of my payment for this was going to a fancy party.
Right, the fancy party.
Yeah. You were a part of the counted number for fancy party.
I'm simply saying that if you want to redistribute some of your crew members, that's fine. But this one, and she points to Dickie, is coming with me to the party.
I wouldn't dream of having it any other way. Trust me. I more meant Padlock and JoJo. You don't have to. Not saying that I don't want you there. I'm just saying it wouldn't be unwise to have people stay back, or at the very least, not stick around for too long.
I do see your point. All of us being in one spot, things get hairy. Can navigate.
And Alexi will say, well, why not simply use the party as a distraction and have them comb the rest of the Foundation for whatever they can find, while the rest of us have a good time.
We are the ones who are probably going to stick out regardless, so it's better for us to be somewhere else while you do your thing.
Yes, you're also the two that would be best at getting into the things we need to get into. So,
Aw.
We are the
Well,
best at that.
technically speaking, and I love this, I live for the drama, but by far, I mean, young Richard here is the biggest flight risk that you have. He's from here, and his family is very well known. And also, everyone thinks he's dead. So if anyone were to be noticed and cause a problem at a big fancy party, it would be him. But I'm not going to argue with the big lady with a gun.
Or are they going to make
That's-
a scene about it?
Right,
That's
and
smart.
quite frankly, would Richard Courtney ever be seen with such a magnificent, wonderful specimen as this? He had quite a reputation, you know.
She ruffles your hair. Becker ruffles your hair.
I've
I
never
feel
seen
like
anything
in
more
every
beautiful in my
scene that
life.
they're in, the height difference gets exaggerated a little bit more. I just need for this to keep happening. I hear what you're saying, but knowing Tranquility Taps, we're already got Dickie dressed up differently, and even if someone notices or thinks they notice, these seem to be the type of folk that ain't gonna want to cause a scene like that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. What if his parents are there?
Suppose patricide and matricide are not exactly.
Also, for the record, my parents, I don't think, remember what I looked like. So,
Wonderful. Problem solved.
Oh, and I thought I was the tactless one. Well, you guys have fun at your shitty little rich people party. I think Pat and
there's
I
no
are
wealth on Tranquility.
He
I
is
just
technically
got-
correct.
Technically.
There is technically no
He's been
He
over
wealth.
couldn't help himself. It's just these old habits, you know?
We've been over this.
Hmm.
It's the real, yeah. It's the
There are
real.
other
There's
ways-
no Warren Bossing say shit.
Yeah.
There are other methods of wealth rather than monetary. I know, I understand. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you. It's okay.
I'll forgive you this one time.
Just like the
What
other
if I get
one
Ada to get
times.
you several more cartons of cigarettes before we leave?
Do whatever you want.
Great.
I do think her health restrictions prevent her from giving you more than one individual loose cigarette at a time.
All right, I'm gonna be here a while. You guys get ready for your party. Cigarette.
One cigarette.
Cigarette.
So are we actually retrieving while you guys party? Because if we do, then we need maybe something to store data on if we can't pull a physical card out.
Well, if it's just a rat,
could-
they're
I
not
mean, it
gonna
could
let us.
be-
Recon
a
first?
Yeah.
We could do recon.
But if we get spotted at the party, we already know that that's going to just up security.
Right. So you
know-
shouldn't be at the party at all.
Yeah, we don't even know what Ellie looks like, so we could just spend the day looking through soul regs to try and find somebody. Like, I think it's okay to start with recon, follow a lead as safely as possible.
How long before this party again?
Tomorrow? Or then
Do I have time to contact my person at the Institute?
Absolutely, you do.
Okay, I would like to do that. I do still speak with someone inside who might have eyes on Ellie, or be able to narrow it down at least.
Yeah, if we have a building that we absolutely know where to go first, that would be great. Because she could be in any building.
Even
Does that
move
strike
between
any of you as a little
buildings.
weird? Not to stir the pot. Not to stir the pot. Does that strike any of you as a little bit weird?
That Dickie still talks to somebody at the
And
foundation?
from the foundation? Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I got
This is the first time we've heard about
Yeah.
Dickie's.
I got a -1 in gut, so.
Sure is.
I got a +1, so I think, yeah,
Who is it?
similarly to last time, Joe kind of just stops.
When do you have
So-
time to talk to other people?
What do you mean, a friend from the foundation, Dickie?
And who is it?
You remember the chief administrative assistant?
You're gonna have to.
The woman who assigned all of our classes and was very kind and made sure that none of our extracurriculars overlapped with any of our others, or the classes that we wanted to take were all scheduled appropriately.
I don't feel like I had the same experience that you did.
Oh,
I
Is
think
it
she
'cause you
just
didn't talk
called
to
me. I think she just called me Taka.
oh,
Yeah, she called me a weirdo. Yeah, I think I remember that.
she just called me Cadet Courtney.
Long drag. Cigarette.
Are you sure you're friends with her?
Well, yeah, she's kept me, up to date about what's going on with my family and them saying I'm dead, and what's the news?
Sinister.
Becker leans forward and looks at all of you and says, "It's not that funny."
Hey, Bex, all the love in the world. Yes, it is. I can't. Ada, can I get a Jovian thunderstorm, please?
Oh, thank God.
Little chime of affirmation, and this time it comes out of the blocky. There's just a block of marble that's where a coffee table would be. Part of it slides open, and just the drink comes up.
Also, the sandwich has disappeared from this plate.
I feel like Alexi looked away.
No one saw me.
Yeah, Alexi looked away for a second, and then it was gone. I tell you, they just unhinge their jaw. It is a miracle in nature.
I knew someone who could do that once. Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, do they like sandwiches too?
They did.
Yeah, Pad.
They most certainly did.
They most certainly
did.
Most certainly did.
I think they... What's this place called again? Nuktuk?
Nectaris.
Nectaris sandwich.
Nuktuk? Wild.
What is the place called again? Nip Tuck?
Nip Tuck, yeah.
What's this place called? Nap Time? I don't know. Whatever the fuck this place is.
I mean, yeah, a little bit.
It's closer than the one I said first.
All right, you talk to the chief admin.
Yes, I will.
I'm going to... We don't have anything to go off of right now, so just everybody hang tight. I'm going to go have one of these and probably a couple more. He's just going to get up, walk away with his drink.
Joe looks like she wants to say something, do you want to talk? Do you want to share this drink? Do you want to do anything? But I think Joe's done a lot of confrontation today, and I think the way that Cass gets up and leaves and doesn't look, it's more of a, okay, maybe I let this one be. And she doesn't say anything. Cigarette. Cigarette. Cigarette.
It's a good bit. It's an evergreen bit.
Can I get a box?
One box. see.
I am not programmed to create box.
Joe's screaming at this thing for sunset.
All right, cool. I love that.
Oh my god.
Love all of that.
Rose, quick question,
Yes.
because it may become apparent. What's your Taka friend's name? The one who's the little signal hacker?
Shakes, I believe.
Shakes. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I was thinking about dropping. Actually, thank you for reminding me. I was thinking of giving like Shakes a heads up of like might need some signals if that's Actually, I don't want outgoing transmissions yet. So scrap that. But yes, it is Shakes.
Fantastic. So just for what Cassidy's wanting to do, and by wanting to, I mean what's going to happen. He didn't actually plan for it. He was like, okay, I'm going to have a drink, and then I'm going to try and reach out to Shakes to have him get me in touch with Horace. And so what ends up happening is that he keeps starting to, and then finishes his drink, and then gets another one. And so by the time he actually gets up the courage to reach out to Shakes, he is drunk.
Hey, Will, can I
Okay.
just ask one quick question before we proceed?
Yeah.
Who is a better drinks getter, Ada or Q?
Real life.
First of all, this is uncalled for. I was inebriated, and Ada is a robot specifically made to do this. I got him his beer, so fuck off, maybe.
Ada does give you a drink immediately, and Q was gone for 45 minutes.
You keep
So
that's on you.
I'm sorry. Since it was your birthday, I needed to make a attack on you because I love you. So
Twice now, so that's fun. I've
Absolutely.
been nothing but kind today. That's wild.
I cede the rest of my time.
Thank you, counsel. Is there a rebuttal?
reclaiming my time.
Fuck me, I guess. I don't know. I got
Reclaiming my
nothing.
time.
Reclaiming my time. So-
Wonderful. Yeah, it sounds like a couple people are making calls. One of them on world, one of them off world.
Mhm.
Interesting. Okay. Well, then it seems like we have two contact roles, two people spending their contact holds. Technically, Cassidy, you are contacting someone else's contact, but I think that's more than fair. I think that's more than fine. You've interacted with him now as well.
And
We saved his ass.
yeah,
You did.
if he needed help, I'd patch him through. But this seems more like a personal one.
Yeah. So you could have.
So you
could
could ask your
absolutely-
boyfriend a very normal question, and that's it. Very professional. I'm sorry, ex-boyfriend. Are you still holding the bandana?
I'm not holding it. It's just wrapped around my wrist. Thank you so much.
If everyone could just stop talking about it.
We'd be so cool and normal about it. It'd be fine.
What do we do for contacts?
Yeah, so I think this is happening simultaneously in two different parts of the house. Cassidy, I'm picturing you like out on a balcony, and you're sort of looking out towards the back end of the property, where I think you can see where the property inexplicably transitions from like the most perfectly manicured lawn grass you've ever seen in your life to straight up like sand. And then beyond that, you can see the ocean and waves lapping, but that's just a projection, basically on the side of the hollow or on the side of the dome. Yeah.
Wow.
But it looks very pretty, and the sun is setting perpetually. Dickie, where are you going to contact your person?
I think. Dickie, there's probably not a kitchen in this place, is there?
There probably is a kitchen, but it is like it's just walls. Like it's clear that it is shaped like a kitchen,
Okay.
but it's just walls.
Interesting. I think Dickie's going to go to the smallest room that he can find, because that is a place he's comfortable anyway.
I was gonna say, I should have said this ahead of time, that Alexi would have shown you all to your individual rooms, but he would have given you Dickie, he would have shown you specifically and Bex to one of the larger rooms.
Okay.
With a large bed, and he would have said somewhat tactlessly, this room should fit you both very well. And I mean that very literally. I think it's the only bed that is large enough to accommodate both of you.
Thank you.
No problem. Don't go into the closets deeply, or if you do, have fun.
Okay. He is immediately going to go into the closet.
I mean,
I'm sorry, you can't say that.
No, I guess I did this to me, didn't I? I guess this is my fault. Yeah. I mean, you find just a lot of stuff. Dickie finds a lot of stuff that he does not know the purpose of. And Bex is just like looking over your shoulder like, oh.
Dickie's holding them up, touching them with his hands.
Sweet boy.
My sweet baby angel.
I don't know that you want to do well.
The flared bass doesn't give any hints.
No, that's the top of it, isn't it?
I think let's just put those down and you can make your phone call.
Okay. I will make a phone call then. Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, let's start with Dickie. You're going to roll plus brain, and you're going to spend your holds for your contact.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
So I have a +2 modifier to brain, which means I rolled a 4.
Oh, no, friend.
That's rough. That's rough, buddy.
Fuck, man.
Freaking stood up by an administrator.
Sorry about that, cadet.
I'm just going to say your call does not go through.
Okay. Dickie does the pathetic thing where he tries twice more. And when it finally doesn't go through, he just kind of sits down, but he lands in the sex toys box.
Yeah. That I think that's fair. That's more than fair.
You just see one flopping over his shoulder.
Just sort of angrily, like, swinging one.
Oh, God.
Grabs it, hurls it out of the closet.
Yeah, just fucking grip it and rip it, baby. Slop that down, dude. Shit, yeah, dude. Crack one
Thank
for
you
the
for the
big boy.
donations.
Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you so much, friend. Perfect. Cassidy, you're going to make this him roll.
Okay. Okay, thank God. Okay. At least one of us did well. So that is a 9.
A 9. Perfect. Okay, great. On a 9. Yeah. Okay. On a 9, yeah, they're around, but they'll bring trouble with them. You are placing a off-world communication to Shakes. And as often happens when you try to contact somebody on Mars, the connection is a little bit unstable. It's a little bit shaky. It's lower quality for sure. But you are both connected to the net, so it's easy enough. The call picks up and you see Shakes, but it's clear that he wasn't expecting your communication. Like, he's kind of like, you see him in one of the bunk refreshers that you've seen on Mars in Independence specifically.
Yeah.
just like chrome metal behind him. He like doesn't have a shirt on, and there's like a toothbrush that's like hanging out of his mouth. His beard is still like kind of all crazy and frazzled and all over the place. And he looks down at the phone and says, "Captain Starrunner?"
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Hey.
He spits.
He's gross. I need you to do me a favor.
What manner of favor can I do for your fine self?
I need a connection to Horace, Nevin.
Well,
Like a secure one.
all right. We're in the same place.
Okay.
You could have called. I guess I'm just confused because I'm also in Independence and he's in Independence. And if you were trying to reach him, you could have just called him. Also, it feels like you're a lot closer.
You.
Relationship wise.
Nope. I need you to give me a secure line because I don't want it to break up, and I'm no good at that. So I need you to do it. Do I just need to call him? I can call him, but like
No,
I figured.
I mean, well, I guess I could have him call you on like an encrypted line, but also you already called me on presumably an unencrypted line. So, it's probably fine.
I didn't say anything.
Well, okay, all right. I will tell Horace to call you on a safe line, Captain.
Yeah, you do that.
I will do that.
Thanks.
Say hi to JoJo for me.
Okay. Thanks. I appreciate it, Chase.
All right. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Just call him. No, this is probably fine. This is smarter choice.
And I think at that moment, Cassidy, from behind you, you hear a voice that says, "So who's Horace?"
God, he's client.
Client.
He's the client. He's the one that we're doing this for.
He's the client. I see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I see.
Okay, listen. I don't want any psychoanalysis, okay?
I wouldn't say that that's really my style.
You're psycho and you're analyzing. So yes, yeah, it is.
Well, when you put it like that.
That's why you're so much fun. Most of the time.
Most of the time.
I just needed to. Yeah, sometimes it goes overboard. There's
Are you saying
occasionally.
I'm a little bit too much sometimes? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying there's too much of a good thing from time to time.
Because you've never had a problem handling it before.
And I still don't. That part's not too much. You know what I'm talking about.
It's just kind of a sexy name, isn't it? Horace. So mysterious.
What are you doing?
He'll take a couple steps closer and say, "I'm flirting with you."
Oh, by talking about another guy.
So there is another guy.
The client. Alexei, we've talked about this.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it would bother you that much that I brought him up if he was just the client.
For a moment, there was a potential for more than that. Now there's not. There's only the job.
And so what did you do to fuck it up?
I didn't do anything, actually. And I think he's going to turn away and sit down.
Should you have done something?
Suppose I shouldn't have gotten my hopes up.
Hmm. Well, I will admit it is a relief to see that Cassidy Star Runner remains entirely blameless for any problems he might find himself saddled with.
Thank you. I agree.
It must be such a charmed life to know that it's always someone else's fault.
It's not always someone else's fault. Just this time, for sure, someone else's fault. What? If you want to say something, say it.
I don't want to say anything. I will just... It seems like you don't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. And yet you keep bringing it up.
Well, I guess I'm just standing here wondering if you don't want to talk about it. When are you going to kiss me?
You know, that's fair. I was waiting on a call, though. So I'll make a deal with you. When the call comes in, you stop. And no funny business until after the call is done. I don't want you pulling some of your bullshit because you've done it before.
Honey, I'm not trying to get caught in the middle of whatever this is between you and your boyfriend.
Not my boyfriend. Not my boyfriend. Not my boyfriend. We weren't dating. We weren't dating.
All right.
So, do you want to wait until after the call, or because I could?
I'll wait.
Okay. All right.
I'm not interested in being second choice.
Yeah, my God. Listen, I'm trying to get the job. Oh, God. Aiden, can I have another Joey and Thunderstorm, please?
Panel slides out of the wall next to the door.
Thank you. Driving me to drink. All of you. I just want to get the job done so that we can be done. And I can go about my life.
Like you've ever needed an excuse.
For which part? Because that could be an insult, and I think I'm particularly sensitive to that right now. So just be careful.
You know where to find me.
I do.
I'll step back inside and close the door.
I'm going to sit with my drink. I'm not actually going to drink it. The thought of it actually made me sick for a second. So we're going to wait.
Yeah, what's in a Jovian thunderstorm?
Okay. All right. So, okay.
This is dirty laundry now. Hey, Q, what are we drinking?
Okay. So it's definitely got some blue curacao. Certainly. It is rum. It's a high proof. Like we're talking more than 151. Okay. It's got a little bit of pineapple. It's got some ginger in there. And it's got some other stuff that I'm not really thinking about right now.
Okay. Understood.
I'll think of more of it. But just, It's blue, And
Right.
the fun is to spin it, so
Right.
it looks like,
Hell yeah. We'll drink them at PAX Unplugged. We'll find out then. And we'll send Eli a video.
Absolutely. I'll
Is
send
this
you
one
the
of those
recipe.
drinks that you can't technically have too many of because you'll die?
You shouldn't. Sure, certainly. So,
Sure. You can do anything.
There are just consequences. Got it. Okay.
exactly. Yeah, you can always fuck around, but you will have to find out eventually.
Cassidy, as you are sitting there and staring at your drink and not drinking it, you hear your handheld ring.
I will look at it first.
And that's where we're going to take a break.
You motherfuck bitch. I knew it, and I was still like, no. It's fine. It's fine.
We're going to step away for about 10 minutes just to refresh and use the bathroom and all that good stuff, but we will be back in 10 short minutes. Don't go anywhere. See you real soon. All right. We're back. Hello. When last we left off, unfortunately, we had several pets during the break. Hopefully they will be back soon, but
At least we always
way it
have
goes.
Hippo. We always have
We always have it,
our
bro.
sweet
we
baby.
always have Kira. That's true. Hippo cam. Perfect. Well,
20 out of 10, no notes.
no notes. I like to do the fake out thing sometimes where I leave it on a cliffhanger and then I don't come back to the cliffhanger. But I think in this point, I think we are gonna pick up exactly where we left off, which was with.
Thank you so much.
I mean, it is Q's birthday after all. Also, I don't know if you just got here, it's Q's birthday. Let's get a round of happy birthday Q in the chat.
Happy birthday, Q.
Happy birthday, Q.
All right. Yes. Thank you. Hello. Yes. It's my birthday.
Where is the track labeled sad? There it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're good now. Pick up.
Who is it? Why
It's
is it-
encrypted.
Good. Okay. Cool. Then yeah. This is the thing that I usually use. Wait. No. Yes. Mine is encrypted. Right? Yeah. Right?
In what sense? Like when you normally contact who? Like
I know, like Starlight. I know their shit's all good.
their
But,
shit is
like-
good. So basically, normally when you contact Starlight, you are communicating over the link, which is not the net. It's like the stripped down version that you have access to in space.
Okay.
So basically, what you're doing is like you're recording yourself and sending basically a video
Gotcha.
to Starlight, and then you're getting a response. It's kind of like sending letters back and forth.
Okay.
It's like sending videos back and forth. We have that. We do that anyway.
We do that. Yeah.
Or you like send voice notes, like
Right.
but in this case, because it is like off-world communication or like cross-world communication, it is coming through as encrypted. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I will answer. Yes.
I think the picture flickers on and you can see more of the familiar Independence military base compound and Horace, who looks back at you from your screen and says, what did you need?
I need more details about your sister.
Okay. So now you're interested in details.
I don't have the time for this, nor do I have the energy. I'm trying to get this done so this can be settled for you. You can be the hero. I'm the delivery man that helped you get there.
That's so interesting because all anyone is talking about is the hero. Sword of Mars.
Yep. Sword of Mars. It's a really cool nickname, to be fair. But not really what's important to me. So,
No, actually, before we move on, I think I would like to hear what's important to you because I don't know. I realize I have no idea what's important to you.
you know, it's so funny. You're taking a tone with me that makes it feel like I'm the one that fucked up when you're the one that wasn't honest.
I wasn't looking for anything, Cassidy. I didn't flirt with you. You flirted with me.
I did.
You
And I told you when we were in the moment that it was a see how it goes thing. I didn't make any grand promises, except that I would see where it went.
I guess it didn't go very far.
It's not. So, since it seems important that I get the details. You said you've always been Horus, right? Should I call you just that, or do you still want me to pepper in Nevin every now and then?
I told you, it's complicated.
Well, now's the time. Uncomplicated.
I picked Nevin. I picked Nevin for myself. Westcott wasn't my idea, but I needed a last name. Otherwise, it would have been suspicious. That was Gareth's suggestion. When I left Tranquility behind, when I left Tranquility, and Gareth took me off of Tranquility, I suppressed the majority of my programming. And when we needed it, I unblocked it. Accessed it. Because Nevin Westcott doesn't know how to shoot guns. But Horace does.
Okay. So, why didn't you tell me that before?
How do you... How do you say that? What do you say?
Literally anything.
I thought that I was hiring you to do a job, and then I thought that you were stuck with me on your ship. And then baby. Daddy's working right now. Mommy's working right now. I'm sorry. Here's the boy. Here's the baby. I thought that you were stuck with me, with protecting me, and I didn't think anything was going to happen. And then after something did happen, what do you say? Hey, hi, I'm sorry. I am a person. Also not. I am 90% organic, but not 100. And I was built as one half of an experiment to see what was more effective. An AI with a body or an AI without a body.
Few things. If you just started with like, hey, I need to tell you something. It's kind of important. I wouldn't have had such a reaction. Especially when I was getting ready to leave the planet. Secondly, that information is sort of pertinent to our job, to the thing you hired me to do.
I was going to tell you. I just wanted to do it on my terms. Okay, you're done. You're done. You're done.
I don't know if you've noticed. Timeline for doing things on our terms is fucked.
Look, I could have said something. I should have said something, and I will own up to that. I will admit it. But you told me that I lied, and I didn't. I didn't lie to you. I'm just more complicated than what I look like.
What about me made you think that I would give a shit about that?
I didn't think you would, Cassidy, and that's why I didn't think I had to rush to say anything. Because you said that it was just a see what happens kind of thing. And then the second you found out, that was it. You were out the door.
Yeah. Admittedly, that was not your fault. You were just the straw that broke the camel's back on that one. I'm going to be honest. I did not have a good time on Mars. From the moment we arrived to the moment I left, it was hit after hit after hit. You being the last one. I might not have given it the time that it deserved. For that, I'll say sorry. But that was shit timing.
I don't expect this to mean anything to you, Cassidy, but you were the first person that I ever tried to tell. And you cut me loose before I even had a chance to say anything.
I think he's gonna take a sip of his drink now.
I mean, do you think that I wanted to unlock that part of me? I didn't. I locked it away for a reason. I didn't have any other choice. There was no other way for me to save you.
I have feelings for you. I have it. Not for really anyone. Never let anyone get close. Not like that, anyway. The only people I've let in is my crew. So, having you hide something crucial from me, while I understand it, it hit the response in me that is used to just hitting the eject button when things get a little too serious.
Cassidy, I know. I get it. My brain is a computer and it has fewer safeguards than yours.
Yeah. As everyone keeps fucking telling me. I get it. I've got walls up. I know I put them there. Anyone else would like for me to break them down, I need to talk about it. So for once, while I am walking through this. If someone could just let me do that, that'd be great.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't that you weren't full human or whatever the fuck that means. It was that you hid something from me. I was opening up. And then there was this big thing that was revealed in a time where I didn't have time to process it. I just had to be okay with it. Except, obviously, I didn't.
I had to hide it. I wasn't supposed to tell anyone. I wasn't supposed to show anyone. That was Gareth's #1 rule.
Okay. I understand needing the discretion. I'm taking my crew into the lion's den for this.
For the job? Or for the cause? Or for me?
Yes.
Okay. So what does this mean? I shouldn't have hidden this from you. I should have told you about it.
It means that I'm going to have a very attractive, very crazy, eccentric, not rich, but rich kid very upset with me for not sleeping with him. So
That's very sweet of you. And granted, I am very new to all of this, but I said the things that I did wrong. And I believe, unless I'm mistaken, it would be customary for
I jumped to conclusions. I ran away instead of talking to you. Things got difficult. Also, apparently you had heard me have a conversation with Luna. You freaked out a little bit. So we might have had a bit of a deception there as well. Not my idea, but I did go with it.
Then why is it tied around your wrist right now?
Because you handed it back to me. What it was and what it is are different things now.
Cassidy, I'm not asking you to change for me. If you want to... If you want to sleep with other people, I'm not asking you not to do that. I'm not asking for it to just be me. I've literally never done this before.
I want you to say it more clearly. I'm going to give you the chance to make your definitive statement right now.
I don't have a definitive statement to make. I didn't know what this was going to be before, and I certainly don't know what it could be now, but
You want it to be.
I want to be with you.
Okay, and what does that mean?
I know that lots of people have gotten to be with Cassidy Starrunner. I want to know who you really are. I'm Horace. But who are you?
My name's Amari.
That's a nice name.
So is Horace. It's mysterious. Sexy.
You're coming back here after, right?
Oh, good. That was a question. I thought for a second that was an order.
I mean, it could be.
Oh? I'm listening.
I don't think you take orders well.
I'm much better at giving them, but I'd be willing to hear it.
I asked you a question.
You did. Yes, I'll be coming back. I have to deliver. Remember? It's the whole part of the job.
Then maybe we take a little time. We figure it out.
Okay.
What happens next?
Okay. I am going to ask again because we got distracted. In this time before I make it back to Mars, do you want me to hold off? Or are you actually okay with me being with other people?
I don't care what Cassidy Star Runner does.
Okay. Understood.
As for the reason why you called me,
Yes. Your sister. It was Ellie, right? Okay. Do you know places to look?
3734N0R.
Three, 7, 3, 4, N0R.
Yeah.
Eleanor. Oh, you fucking nerds.
I didn't make her.
I wasn't to you, to be fair.
I don't know where he'll have her, but she'll be contained. She is too much of a risk to allow into open systems.
Good to know. Okay. Great. And I will see you when we're back in Mars.
You'd better.
Mars is bossy. I can be into that. I think I'm going to stay on the line to see if he hangs up first.
He definitely hesitates. Eventually he says, I want that bandana back.
How about I get you a fresh one? Well, it'll smell like me by the time that gets to you.
As long as you hand it to me.
Yes, sir. By horse.
Careful. Omari.
Well, it's gonna take a lot of. It's gonna take a lot getting used to hearing my own name again. What? Okay. And I think we're still. I'm still holding up. I'm gonna let him hang up first.
Oh, he hung up. Yeah, he absolutely
Okay.
hung up. He hung up after he said your name. Yeah, 100%.
Good. All right. Okay. Gonna make sure that information is passed to my crew.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to find Alexi probably, but other people have things probably.
Maybe Jojo, you definitely would have at least gotten like a text communication from Shakes that's like, I don't know, your captain, I think your captain was drunk. He called me. I was brushing my teeth. I feel weird about it, but he wanted to talk to Horace.
Oh, thank God. I was really scared there for a second. I could not. Can't scare me like that, Shakes. That makes way more sense.
I just don't know why he called me.
Well, you know, Shakes, the ways of the heart are mysterious and strange.
All right, yeah. I see what you're saying. I didn't put that together.
Yeah.
That's
They're-
nice. I like that for them.
It's good for him, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
They're not always a straightforward places outside of Taka. You know, they got to do a lot.
Boy, I hope those two crazy kids make it.
You and me both. You take care of yourself now, Shakes. I appreciate you.
You too, Jojo. Don't get dead.
You don't get dead. Click immediately on the intercom to the three of them. No, actually not. She'll keep that confidence, but if yeah. I think she'll bring it up next time she sees Cassidy. Which might not be for a little bit, since it sounds like he's gonna be busy.
Padlock, what are you up to? Alone, unsupervised in this Tranquility Mansion.
Such a big house.
It's a big house.
Honestly, I've been thinking about it. I'm kind of just trying to sneak about this place, try to figure out anything I can about this place. If there's anything I could pocket,
Okay,
in
yeah.
this place, I'd like to pocket it.
Absolutely.
Had like how it works. Be like, we're
trying to break into panels and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is really interesting because there's not much sitting out, right? Like so much of whatever this system is internal, and it just like panels open and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm like pressed against walls and things, windows, everywhere.
But if you want to analyze something, I think this could be a very good opportunity for that.
Oh yeah,
roll plus brain.
Roll plus brain. That's my character sheet. Hold on. 1 second, I gotta bring the link back up.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 8.
Okay. You can hold 2. You can spend now or spend later to ask questions. What is something unusual or abnormal? What's a hidden feature? How much is it worth to the right person? Who touched or operated it most recently? Where did it come from? Who made it originally?
Oh, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that one more time?
Absolutely. And they're also in the basic moves channel in the Discord. But it's what's something unusual or abnormal? What's a hidden feature? How much is it worth to the right person? Who touched or operated it most recently? Where did it come from? Who made it originally?
I feel like I'd love to know what a hidden feature might be.
Absolutely.
Great.
Absolutely, yeah.
To start, yeah.
100%. 100%. I think in your explorations, I mean, you can find, like, there is a hub to this house where all of the ADA systems connect, probably behind a door that is locked, but that's never stopped padlock before. I mean, your name is literally padlock. And in getting through that door, you find the kind of internal systems of this house, and Ada itself, like the part of the house that does the like assembling of like food or drink or things like that. It doesn't appear to be like replicating stuff. It has stores and it is accessing them, and it is combining like proteins in different ways, essentially to manufacture these things in its database. I think a hidden feature that you would discover is that at one point you might have been under the impression that Ada as a system is something that only exists in Alexi's family's residence. That is not the case. It is networked. Ada might actually exist in every home on Tranquility.
Okay. Um, um, I feel like I know where it came from or who made it originally.
You can always hold your last hold if you want to. You don't have to spend it right now. You could do unusual or abnormal, but you don't have to. You can hold on to it.
Well, no, I'll do the what's something unusual and or abnormal about it. I'm mainly like trying to figure out how deep this networking goes and how potentially hackable it might be.
That is a very interesting question. I will say that Padlock, you are able to determine that the system is configured, the ADA system is configured not to listen in on people.
Okay.
However, once you know the programming of something, it becomes that much easier to override it, potentially. So in theory, if you were interested, or if someone else in your crew is interested, or all of you together were interested, you might be able to try to use this ADA's network connection to listen in to somebody else.
I definitely will ask first before I start doing.
That's extremely fair. And yeah, I think at a certain point in the evening as it progresses, I mean, we could real quick check in on the Courtney Rhine suite.
There's a loofah on the door handle.
Right, of course. Yeah, sorry. We respect privacy.
Absolutely.
I will say at some point though, Dickie and Joe had talked about a tune-up. So I think at some point Dickie is going to shower and put on clothes and go find Joe. With, I think he'll stop by Ada and ask for a first aid kit or something if he can get her to make one of those.
Yeah, absolutely.
In fact, as I'm thinking about it, maybe Joe and I should team up and we should figure out like what you really need and just have Tranquility manufacture it for us.
You know, that's honestly not a bad idea. Like, the parts that we could get to fix this up, it's going to be a lot better than continuing using the Tenebris' screws.
Well, keep in mind, Ada's not replicating things. Like, Ada can assemble a first aid kit, but Ada cannot, like, make starship parts.
Ada, I need a big fucking gun.
Yeah.
Ada, I need the Circuit Breaker 758 Model Q. Is that possible at all?
The Quinston? Everybody's favorite model.
It's the only model you can have in this day and age.
I am prohibited from making two things: weapons and full packs of cigarettes.
All right. Well, I think Dickie will be asking for a first aid kit and a cigarette.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah, you're provided with both of those things.
All right. Dickie sticks the cigarette behind his ear and walks down to wherever Joe's suite is.
Okay. Yeah. Joe, you would get a knock at the door, and on the other side is Dickie.
Automatic door comes in, spots the cigarette and laughs. Yeah, I guess it's time for a tune-up. Like, she's got bandages and scrapes and, like, is absolutely in need of help. Like, I think she takes off the fake suit jacket that she was having and the white shirt under it drenched in sweat and blood. Yeah, I think a few of them came loose. I got really excited about the cigarettes.
Ada, we need bleach.
Now, don't tell me you can't make that motherfucker.
when you smoke so hard, you pop your stitches.
I get excited.
Yeah. There's disinfectant in the first aid kit. Absolutely.
All right. So Dickie will then get to work. The first thing he does is pull the cigarette out of his ear and sticks it in Joe's mouth.
Yeah, the lollipop.
Yeah,
exactly.
Principle. Yeah.
Your bedside manner is just improving every day, Doc.
Well, you've given me plenty of practice. So is this roll with brain? Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah, this is going to be a roll with brain.
Okay.
What do you mean by that? Ow, that stinks.
That's boxcars, baby. So that's 14.
Hey,
Oh,
all right, Jojo, you heal 1 harm and you take +1 forward.
Oh, like, it's cool.
Yeah.
Sick.
That's how good you feel.
I feel great. Cool. Now I am no longer cracked, slashed, or burned. Now I'm just shaken, scraped, or bruised.
Yep.
Yay.
And Dickie, when you get that first aid kit and you open it, it's kind of like the same effect as the coffee, right? Like there are real medical supplies in here. There are tools and equipment.
What is that beige tape? Like, it doesn't look like it's sticky enough to...
This is a Band-Aid. I mean, it's literally the equipment that he trained on. So, like, it's like having, it's like, this fits like a glove. And, Joe, I think you will notice that Dickie is maybe a little more assertive as he's going about his business. It's not like he's like, arm, shoom, do-do-do-do-doom. Put it down. Other arm. Turn around. Thank you.
There. Okay, doctor. Shit. Should we have Vex become around here more often?
Yes.
Yeah, dumb question. Okay.
I mean, someone needs to be able to shoot people on this ship, and it can't just be Cassidy.
Yeah. I mean, you get Patty mad enough.
Listen, Padlock doesn't shoot people; he tears them apart with his hands.
Patty kills him. Well, as long as she stays on your good side, keeps you as unsquished as possible.
I mean, a little squish is fine.
Well, this wish is fine. That's fine. All right. I do feel much better. How are you doing? It's being back hometown, like, just because you had a good experience doesn't mean that. Just because you had a more privileged time doesn't mean that you're not going to have weird shit going down. I mean,
It's always a little awkward the first time you bring a girl home.
yeah.
I mean, I'm dead, so I don't.
Joe takes a second and then's like, right, dead.
So I don't really know. I don't really know how to process that. So I'm just focusing on finding this AI person, and then we can deal with whatever else later.
Yeah. Well, I think Captain got a good chat with Horace, so hopefully we got.
Oh, they're
more
talking
details.
again?
Apparently, I thought he was talking to Shakes at first. Got me real scared.
Who's Shakes?
My buddy from the talk events. He's a communication guy.
I was
remember?
under arrest at the time.
Oh, for a second I thought you were being cruel. No, he's a good friend of mine. He's well.
The captain
friend.
thought he was calling him to phone sex?
He's a communications wizard. So he was connecting him to Horace.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't just call him, but I guess it's easier to, have an intermediary.
Right, like, yeah.
Chaperone.
I don't know that he's doing great.
Nah, we should probably check on him.
Maybe not like right this second, though?
Nah, not right now. No. You're busy and I can't be fucked. But I'll
But
later.
maybe before the rededication ceremony?
I think that'd be wise, especially if, Patty and I might not have time before we go in, so that might be on you. But you studied psychology or whatever. You have a book.
I did. Got top marks. There wasn't a chapter on Cassidy, though.
Nah, but
right.
you've done all right for a cranky bitch from Taka 2, so I think you can handle Cassidy just fine.
Joe, it took us like 5 years to get to this point. I don't have 5 years.
Don't say it like that. Shit, you made it 5 years this far. You can make it another.
All
With
right, well,
Vex by
thank
your
you.
side.
Thank you for the vote of confidence.
You
Cigarette.
got me feeling better. Cigarette. I think she takes a drag. I forget if there was something else I wanted to say. Oh, yeah. Before she leaves, she says, "Don't get dead."
I will try not to.
A traditional Takamagahara.
I
Goodbye.
decided after you said that, I was like, that is now the Takamagara, like the weird Taka2 jargon.
Okay. You don't get dead either.
Sounds weird when you say it, but I appreciate it. Thank you for the bid for connection. It means a lot that you tried to understand me.
Right. Well, have a good whatever time it is. And Diggy will leave. Is there anyone else that needs a patch up who isn't being
I think everyone else is at 1 harm. I think everyone is shaken, scraped, or bruised.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Dickie's going back to the Ryan Courtney suite.
I mean, if you want to say, like, you passed by Cassidy on his way.
Would you like me to pass by Cassidy on?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Dickie will pass by Cassidy on his way
Cool
back.
beans. So he's definitely drunk, but there's a clear difference in his expression right this very moment.
Captain?
Dickie, what's good?
Oh, we're happy drunk. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Something happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
mean, it's not a big deal right now.
And it seems like a pretty big deal. As the ship's morale officer and our resident psychologist and
Ship's
psychiatrist.
morale officer.
Yeah, that's technically part of the job description.
Is it interesting? We'll have to look at the contract.
Mm-hmm.
Just double check, make sure that that's on file, because I don't think it is. I mean, like, if you're trying to take that, it does not come with added pay. I'm sorry, there's no increased pay for that. So you just
Have you ever known me to care about that?
No, it was a joke, Dickie. Gosh.
Aha. Good one, Captain.
Why are you being weird?
Okay, so I found this box of things in the closet. And it was really confusing. So I took a walk and I talked to Joe. And then as I was passing, I saw you. And I just had this instinctive feeling that something interesting and life-changing had happened to you.
Oh, okay. So we're at the big moment time talk now. Can I do that when I'm not drunk? Because it's
Ada,
gonna sound weird.
A de-alcoholification?
No, I don't want that.
You don't want one?
I don't want that. Nope, I
Okay.
have to be Cassidy right now, not Omari. So, no.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess we can talk when you're ready. Actually, no. No, we should talk.
Man sleeps with one giant woman. Now he's got all the liquor in the world. Okay, doctor, let's talk then. What's up?
And actually, at that moment, you hear a strange chime from somewhere in the house.
What did Padlock do?
Padlock tumbles out of a vent, covered in dust.
They have enough bed space to fit a whole person in there.
What was that? Ada, detox?
Oh, or recognize?
You don't recognize the noise that you heard. You have not heard it. But, well, no, sorry. Actually, that's not true. That's crazy. Dickie, you would absolutely recognize it. It's a doorbell.
Good.
I'll go for the door.
And no. I encourage that.
Yeah, I mean, you all hear this. Padlock, if you are going to investigate, and I think somewhat cautiously you emerge from the, basically what we could call the server room, and creep forward. And as you draw closer to the door before you turn a corner, you overhear Lexi speaking to someone and saying, "No, sir. It's just me here." And that's where we're going to end this episode of Nephilim Tenebris.
Oh, dear. Oh, no.
Fuck you, William.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have expected.
Is it because I made the outbound call? Is it because I made the outbound call?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
who
two
even knows
calls
who
happened.
it is?
Someone made an inside call too.
It's true.
Scared.
Someone's inside call wasn't answered though.
So many times. You did it more than once.
That's
is the
true.
thing.
Okay, but if a ghost called me,
Yeah.
I would be concerned.
I'd call the authorities.
Well,
But who said it was me? I was just calling from the Lexi line. Why,
it's true.
totally fine, normal.
True.
It's
Is
true.
it?
Totally fine, normal. That's what I always say.
Normal.
Yeah.
Totally fine,
don't believe
normal.
it.
That's what I say. All right. Well, we've had a lot of fun here tonight. Boy, what a Q's birthday we've had tonight, you know?
Mhm,
What
mhm.
a
This is my favorite
birthday.
Q's birthday so far.
This has been a great Q's birthday.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
hey, what's up? Thanks for joining us, everybody. That's going to do it for us here tonight. We're going to go around and everybody is going to let you know where you can find them and what they have going on. And then we'll raid somebody, probably our friends over at Folk and Myth, who are doing Dark Academia Vampire the Masquerade stream, apparently. I just hovered,
Ooh.
and that's apparently what's going on. Sounds like fun.
Love
But
that.
yeah, me as well. Alex, if you wouldn't mind kicking us off.
Hi, I'm Alex. Tonight I was Dr. Richard Courtney. What do I want to say? Life is the void, and it calls to all of us.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
Q's birthday, so everybody share your favorite
Cool.
Q stories in the chat. And
Oh, God.
I'm on a fucking roller coaster, hanging on for my life, dog.
it's fine. There's stuff happening. I'll talk about it later. Thank you.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Eli.
Hi, my name is Eli. I am the resident ghost of over at Mayday Roleplay. We're a AP content creation team doing awesome, cool stuff. But we are finally off for our holiday break, so we are not really doing anything particular or special. But that doesn't mean that we don't have like tons of content on VOD and on audio versions for you to check out and catch up before our coming year. If you want to see what I'm doing, you can check me out on A Ghost of Eli. I do some start playing stuff. I just started a Dungeon Meshi-esque style Westmarch campaign. So if you want to come delve dungeons with me, you can go find that on my social media. And you can come do that with me. But other than that, that's it. And I'll see you next time.
Yeah. Cute.
Dungeon Meshi. Dungeon Meshi. Sorry, I got really excited. I love D&D and food. It makes me so happy. Anyway, hi everybody. I'm Q. It's my birthday. In case you missed it throughout all of today. So seen, and that's wild. Thank you. Hi, I'm Q. You can find me out on the internet at Midnight Inc. That's Midnight_INQ. Q is my name. I'm sure you get it. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. I keep making cowboys. So I am a part of the production team for Tales from the Table Studios. Just a lot of people. We're trying to be a place where people can come and tell their tales because everyone deserves a seat at the table. We haven't been doing a whole lot this year. We did Days of Tales earlier in the year, and then we did the God of the Fundraiser month. But we're going to be back in 2025. 2025 is going to be a big year, so keep your eyes out there. We have projects that we are and will be working on. My sweet Jesus, they're coming. And you can find me all over the place. And by all over the place, I mean really 2 places, here and Entropy Emporium. On alternating Tuesdays from here, you can find me over at Entropy Emporium for They Call Us Villains, which is a masks horrors game where I'm playing Connor Creed, the saddest, angriest boy in all the land. And then back here on alternating Thursdays, you can find me with JD playing Redacted, which is a Powered by the Apocalypse system of his own making. It's a wild time. And then Every other Saturday, you can join us for some Saturday morning cartoons for Class Reunion. Because if you want to see more Muppets, Class Reunion is where you can find them. With Raph the King Muppet themselves.
The
I
ultimate
was
Muppet
going to
there
say, that's
still.
not a fair comparison.
Yeah.
Raph's a literal Muppet.
With
Yeah.
Raph the King Muppet themselves. And then we're going to be going on like holiday break because, duh. But my podcast, Culture Naturally, you can still find the episodes that we have posted on YouTube or wherever you cast your pods. And then I think the Sunday, yes?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So barring any nonsense or chicanery, I will be guest starring for Academy H. We're not done with the year, so I have made a cowboy, and I think you're gonna like him.
Oh, yeah.
Scream.
I think you will too.
Hell yeah. And that's it for me. So many things. I'm so sorry. There's too many words.
So many things. It's all right. Rose?
Howdy, y'all. I'm Rose. I was JoJo. You can catch me pretty much anywhere at Rose from the Grave. Besides hanging out with the wonderful Tenebris crew, you can also find me on alternating Tuesdays on Entropy Emporium, where I play the best mother in the world, Theodora Lomax, who's never done anything wrong and is just here to educate children. She's the worst. Besides that, keep eyes out for things to come in the future. And I'm trying to remember now what the Taka quote was, and it's fully come out of my head.
Don't get dead.
Don't get dead. Thank you. Don't get dead, everybody.
Oh yeah, and hello, hi. My name is Will. I've been your storyteller this evening. There's a bunch of stuff happening. Normally, this would be a busy week. We will not be normally. So, take that all over again. My name is Will. You can find me on, I guess, Blue Sky mostly these days. I'm trying not to be on Twitter anymore. We're all trying not to be on Twitter anymore. At a willmscream.lol. And then mostly I'm here, obviously, but you can also catch me on Entropy Emporium running God Complex, a Girl by Moonlight game about making the corpses of dead gods into mech suits and fighting space kaiju at the end of the world. We're not having it this Thursday. We're also not having it the Thursday that we would be playing next because that's when PAX Unplugged is happening. So we'll be back on December 19th with more God Complex. That's on hold, but you can find me on this Friday, on Exquisite Corpse Presents playing Masks in Metalliteens in the City of Tomorrow, which is a very good time. I get to play wow, my character has a name, Everett Jones, who now has the superhero name Firebird, and it's a lot of fun. You should check it out. This Sunday is Academy H. Barring any aforementioned unforeseen circumstances, we'll be playing Academy H. We'll be recording 2 episodes of Academy H this Sunday. That's our Masked Actual Play podcast, if you didn't know. There are a bunch of edited and soundscaped episodes out there that you can listen to. And also, we make a Monster of the Week podcast called Cryptic Community College. Season 2 is currently releasing. In theory, our podcast distribution platform, Acast, may have just stopped working forever.
No.
I'm going to figure that out in the coming days, but you can still find Academy H and Cryptic Community College out there. New episodes are just not uploading at the moment, and there's some speculation on Reddit that Acast doesn't exist anymore, which is a fun thing to find out. It's fine. It's all good. On the 25th, though, Entropy Emporium, also there will be premiering a 5e political intrigue game very much in the vein of Game of Thrones called Fall of the Ashen Throne that I will be running. The cast is very good. There's more information to come on that. That's going to be like a 6-episode miniseries, and there's some more stuff coming here on LFTA in the future as well, but not time to talk about that yet. That's going to do it for us here tonight, I think. With all of that being said, thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. Thank you if you donated. Thank you if you chatted. All of that good stuff. We're going to disappear in just a second, and then we're going to hop over to Folk and Myth. So please come along and say hi and be friendly and tell them that we sent you and all that good stuff. There are social links. God, the bot just did it on a timer, and then I made it do it a second time. I hate that. It's fine. Also, there's a Discord community. If you want to join it, it's a great place full of great people. We would love to have you be a part of it. That's going to do it for us here tonight. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night,
Good night,
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Don't get dead.